always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Greetings, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe. You're listening to GSMC's Entertainment Podcast. It's your Captain Keith. Oh, yeah. So, today's Entertainment Podcast is entitled Kim K Lawyer, Jude Nude, and Lil Nas X Country. So, let's dig in, folks. Let's get to that entertainment news. Empire actress Tasha Smith talks past addiction and says she could have been a crackhead. Very nice picture of her on this article. The actress shared what she went through growing up and how her life almost ended up as a tragic story. We'd like to fail into the illusion that entertainers have always strived to achieve their goals of being accomplished artists, but many come from humble beginnings that often include trauma and serious hardships. We've all watched as Wendy Williams has recently opened up about her addiction issues and struggles with sobriety. She shared her story throughout her career, at times to her detriment, as people have used it against her, but she's used it as a way to help others and even launched her organization, the Hunter Foundation. Empire actress Tasha Smith has an extensive resume and has been on both the large and small screens for over 20 years, but the Camden, New Jersey native's life almost went a different route. She's known as having a loud, outspoken, and recognizable voice. If you've ever seen Why Did I Get Married, then you already know. Yeah, she's great in that, actually. And she isn't afraid to speak her mind, but according to her, she was much different in her early life. In a recent interview on Uncensored, Smith revealed that she has wonderful memories of growing up in Camden, but those come with experiences one would like to forget as well. As beautiful as Camden was, it was a place where I dealt with sexual, physical abuse, a place where I did all kinds of drugs. She says, I was doing cocaine at the age of 14. Wow. I really could have been a crackhead today, adding it was also a place that gave me a lot of resilience, perseverance, and hustle. Smith said that when she turned 18, she left Camden to follow her dreams by moving to Los Angeles. She landed small roles in various projects and was later featured in shows and films including ATL, Daddy's Little Girls, Players Ball, The Steve Harvey Show, The Parkers, Girlfriends, and much more. We all have situations to overcome, but you don't quit, Smith said. You keep trying. Well said. There you go. I had no idea that she had all that to deal with as a young girl. Wow, it's a trip. And in more entertainment news, new Walking Dead spinoff officially confirmed by AMC. Oh, really? Okay. The Walking Dead universe continues to expand, with the 9th season of AMC's The Walking Dead having closed on a gruesome note. Many have found a renewed excitement for the series under showrunner Angela Kang's guidance. Now AMC has officially confirmed the rumored expansion of the Dead universe, announcing a brand new series in a popular franchise. Really, because we need more of that, right? Because we're just not over this show and how everybody's basically like dead. But apparently people are still watching it. Okay. Let me get back to it. Production for the upcoming spin-off series is set to begin this summer with an intended premiere period of 2020. Walking Dead screenwriter Matt Negrete, who previously penned episodes like Last Day on Earth, Wrath, Do Not Send Us Astray, Inmates, and Slab Town, will be handling showrunner duties. Chief Content Officer Scott Gimple, himself no stranger to the Walking Dead universe, or to the Walking Dead's universe, will also play a role in developing the upcoming series. I just want to know, what is there left to do? I mean, are you just going to start it all over again? Is with the same storyline? I'm just really curious to see how you're going to make this unique and original as a spinoff. I don't see it. But hey, I could be wrong. We'll see. I might watch the first episode. We'll see. A report from Vulture reveals that the series will film in Virginia and spawn the length of 10 episodes while details remain scarce. Isn't there already Fear the Walking Dead? Do we need any more zombie TV shows? Just saying. AMC has confirmed that the 2 leads will be women, providing a vague and skeletal summary of what to expect. It will feature 2 young female protagonists and focus on the first generation to come of age in the apocalypse as we know it. Some will become heroes, some will become villains. In the end, all of them will be changed forever, growing up and cemented in their identities, both good and bad. Look for casting news to pick up steam in the coming months. And the question is, what do you think about this? Yeah. The judgment is out. Like I said, sometimes shows just need to end. Sometimes shows just, what is left? What is left? The big reason why I stopped watching is because, I need my zombies to be bad people, to be villains, not just extras who happen to bite you and then you die. That's just not exciting to me, but hey, what do I know? Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Carly Redd exposes Pooh Hicks, you man ass, and then H*E. Okay. Maybe that means hoe. Okay. I'm going to say, yeah, I guess that's what that means. All right. Picture of Carly Redd, and it's not a good picture. I love how it's like you never think a celebrity can take a bad picture, but journalists always find these bad pictures. Are they like sitting on them and hiding? And just hiding them and waiting for the right time to have it with the perfect article. This is not a flattering picture of her. I don't know how they even got this picture. She's taking better pictures. I'm just like, where'd you find this thing? It's just, okay, anyway. Carly Redd, she's looking, I don't know. I just can't even describe it. It's just like her face is all kind of twisted up and her hands are out. I don't know what happened here. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's like a conspiracy that journalists have all these bad pictures of celebrities and they hold on to them and they wait for the most opportune time to release them. They're controlling the narrative. I don't know. Carly Redd did not hold back. There is never a shortage of drama on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. The new season kicked off recently and already storylines are starting to get crazy. In case you're not willing to go to watch each episode when it airs, we've been coming through with weekly recaps to keep you up to date. And there's definitely a lot to keep track of. This is off of hip hop. Hotnewhiphop.com is where that's coming from. So that's one of the in regards to having weekly recaps, of course. So whether Spice is acting a fool or Tiara and Moniece are clashing, there will always be something to talk about with this cast. Even off camera, they seem to be stirring the pot because Carly Redd recently hit her followers with a post and delete, taking direct aim at Pooh Hicks and her husband. Okay. A week after it was reported that Carly Redd had an intimate relationship with Pooh Hicks and her husband. Really? Carly decided to get shady on Instagram. She posted an NSFW photo on her page and warned Pooh that more was on the way. Don't effing play with me. Hashtag Mr. Pooh, you man asshole. Wrote the reality star in the since deleted post. My next pick will be you and your husband snorting coke. You and your husband steal money from artists. Y'all stole money from Stephanie Mills and many more. Okay, so if that's the case, then why were you having an intimate relationship with them if you know these things? Just saying. This new layer in their relationship is by far the most inflammatory. Do you think this will transfer into next week's episode somehow? I don't know. That is, wow. Okay. All right, Miss Carly Redd. It's interesting. Lots of drama. And in more entertainment news, Elizabeth Hurley shows her stunning bikini body at 53 years old. Wow. That actually is news. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing if there's going to be a new season of The Royals because she plays the queen on that and she does a great job. That's a great show. I like it a lot. It's a E! Network original scripted TV series. Elizabeth Hurley has absolutely still got it. At this point, when you see Elizabeth Hurley's name in the news, it's probably because she took a trip to the beach and wowed everybody with her incredible physique. For months, audiences have been confused about how the actress still looks so great at 53 years old. Each new bikini photo is more astounding than the last. Men and women wish they could retain their good looks as they grow older, but reality often settles in and you wake up with the big belly, stretch marks, and no hair on your head. That's a fact for most people. With Elizabeth Hurley, time seemingly stopped somewhere in her timeline because the star has just returned with a flurry of new shots in her bathing suit, reminding us all that she still got it. The 53-year-old posts in her teal bikini, not looking a day over the age of 30, in another video posted to her page. She stood inside the pool, letting the water drip onto her body, smiling big the entire time. Finally, she rocked a pink one-piece while on vacation, taking in the sun and shining brightly for her fans to marvel over. It's insane to take into account the fact that Hurley has been living for over a half a century and she still looks this good. Whatever fountain of youth she's been drinking from is working wonders. Yeah, I'll go with that, definitely. Meet Lil Nas X, the country rapper who just dethroned Ariana Grande from the top of the charts. Oh my, the plot thickens. Justin Bieber couldn't stop gushing over it. Miley Cyrus can't stop hyping it. We all can't stop singing it. Of course, they're talking about Lil Nas X's Old Town Road, which became the #1 song in the country on Tuesday, officially ending Ariana Grande's reign atop Billboard's Hot 100. Sorry, Seven Rings. What seemingly started off as a viral meme turned unexpected hit single turned full-blown country music controversy has turned Lil Nas X, whose real name is Montero Hill, into one of the most talked about artists in the world, a far cry from last year when the Atlanta rapper was struggling to find a place to live after dropping out of college. Now, Lil Nas X is celebrating having Old Town Road hitting #1, a milestone he just so happened to achieve on his 20th birthday. During an interview with Beats One, the rapper revealed the origin of his stage name. Nas has been my internet alias for a minute now. He explained at the time, I had it just Lil Nas at first because every rapper has a Lil in front of his name, and that's funny to me. But then I got stuck with it because I already built a fan base at that point. I added the X when I was a couple songs in as a representation of how long, 10 years, it should be before I'm at legendary level. Okay, so how was Nas your internet name when you know there's a phenomenal hip-hop lyricist already named Nas? So now if you said that you're Lil Nas X, because you're a big Nas fan and that's just a tribute out of respect, I can go with that. But okay. Instead of 10 years, it basically happened overnight. Lil Nas X wrote Old Town Road in 2018 during a low point in his life. He had dropped out of college to pursue a music career, a decision his parents did not support. My dad initially was like, there's a million rappers in this industry, he told Time. They wanted me to go back to school. Attempting to avoid his disapproving parents, he moved in with his sister. Wow. Everything was very stressful. I would probably get 3 hours of sleep staying up on the internet trying to promote my music at my sister's house before coming back home, he said. I would be over there sleeping on the floor. I didn't want to come back home because I knew my parents would be mad at me. I had headaches literally almost daily, I guess from depriving. Eventually, his sister told him it was time to hit the road. That's when inspiration struck. Okay. I felt like a loner cowboy, he told the New York Times. I wanted to take my horse to the Old Town Road and run away. The horse is like a car. The Old Town Road is like a path to success. In the first verse, I pack up, ready to go. In December 2018, he decided to post the song online, specifically to TikTok. That's TikTok, the app of the moment. Country music is evolving, he wrote. Old Town Road soon turned into a meme on the video sharing platform, with the cowboy challenge set to the song taking over. In the videos, users transform from their plain selves into cowboys after drinking yee juice. The song now has over 67 million plays on that app. Oh my. 19 at the time, Lil Nas X knew exactly what he was doing when he chose TikTok as the place to promote the song. Telling Time, I was pretty familiar with TikTok. I always thought its videos would be ironically hilarious. When I became a trending topic on there, it was a crazy moment for me. A lot of people would try to downplay it, but I saw it as something bigger. Lil Nas X is no stranger to using social media to his advantage. I was doing Facebook comedy videos, then I moved over to Instagram, and then I hopped on Twitter, he told Rolling Stone. That is where I really was a master. That was the first place where I could go viral. And viral, he was pretty much destined to go. With his Twitter presence proves his clear understanding of meme culture. Take a quick scroll through his Instagram and you'll see he has a skill for posting casual yet hilarious one-line captions on his photo. An essential and coveted Gen Z talent, as first reported by New York Magazine, Lil Nas X was allegedly a tweetdecker before finding success as a music artist, running a popular Nicki Minaj fan account at Nas Mirage. Okay, interesting. We'll continue with this article after this break.
Want to find out what movies to go see? Then check out the GSMC Movie Podcast. It's your ticket to the latest movies, whether it's a new blockbuster event, romantic, comedy, or action flick. This show has got it all covered. They talk some what to go see now, don't bother, what's hot on Netflix, and everything in between. That's GSMCpodcast.com/movie-podcast. When it's all about the movies, it has to be this new show. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
And once again, you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast with Captain Keith. And back to our Lil Nas X story. Thanks to viral Twitter threads and popular memes, the account amassed hundreds of thousands of followers before it was suspended for violating Twitter's spam policy, according to BuzzFeed News. Lil Nas X and his reps never responded to either outlet's request for comment. The point is, Lil Nas X speaks internet fluently, and after building a solid following, he structured the song to have some potentially viral phrases that could catch on. I knew the way I was going to have to push the song to get it to hit more people's ears, he explained to Rolling Stone. I run a meme type of account on Twitter. I know what my audience is looking for, so I put some potentially funny lines in there. After the song blew up on TikTok, he soon placed it on conventional platforms like iTunes and SoundCloud, making the decision to label it as country. By March, the song had officially gone mainstream, debuting on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart and its Hot R&B/Hip-Hop Songs chart. But then a week later, it was removed from the country chart, and that's when the fun viral meme became a cultural conversation starter. In a statement in Rolling Stone, Billboard explained its reasoning for the decision, saying that while the song incorporates references to country and cowboy imagery, it does not embrace enough elements of today's country music to chart in its current version. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Lil Nas X Instagrammed he was extremely disappointed by the decision, later telling Time that just because Old Town Road doesn't fit into one genre doesn't mean it isn't a country song. The song is country trap. It's not one, it's not the other, it's both. It should be on both. Some of Old Town Road's detractors claimed the song's presence on TikTok and memeability proved it wasn't a serious effort and was possibly satirizing the country music genre, with the Billboard article describing it as winkingly silly and gimmicky. Just because Old Town Road has funny lines doesn't mean it's parody. Lil Nas X tweeted in response, "It has a theme. Anybody with ears can tell I put some kind of effort into that song." Still, he wasn't expecting the backlash to Billboard's move, admitting he was surprised by the level of support he received. "I wasn't expecting so much support because I just thought it would be one of those things that nobody really would care about," he told Rolling Stone. "It's a purest type of situation where people have been seeing things one way, and that is the way they would like to keep it." Many criticized Billboard's decision to remove Old Town Road from the chart, calling out the racial undertones of a young black man being banished from the country music chart, which predominantly features white artists. Plenty of artists have crossed genre lines to release country songs. Just look at BB Rexa, who spent a record 50 weeks at the #1 spot on the country chart with Meant to Be, plus Sam Hunt, shot to fame in the country genre by incorporating hip-hop elements into his music. Ditto Florida Georgia Line, whose 2012 hit Cruise, aka the most downloaded country song ever, features rapper Nelly. Dirt Road Anthem, a country rap mashup from Jason Aldean, was one of the biggest hits in 2014. But in 2016, Beyonce reportedly tried to submit Daddy Lessons off of Lemonade for country consideration at the Grammys, and she was denied, though she invited to perform at the CMA Awards earlier in the year. When asked if he thought some country music industry's negative response to OTR's placement in the genre was racially charged by Time, Lil Nas X said, "I believe whenever you're trying something new, it's always going to get some kind of bad reception. For example, when rap started or when rock and roll began, but with country trap, I in no way want to take credit for that. I believe Young Thug would be one of the biggest pioneers in that." Interesting comment to make. In a statement provided to Genius, Billboard said their decision to take the song off the country chart had absolutely nothing to do with the race of the artist. Of course they said that. Ironically enough, the country controversy only ended up boosting the song's popularity, with celebrities and music industry insiders siding with Lil Nas X, but no one defended the young artist more than Billy Ray Cyrus, who had his own experience with chart controversy. Been watching everything going on with OTR, Cyrus wrote on Instagram. When I got thrown off the charts, Waylon Jennings said to me, "Take this as a compliment. Means you're doing something great. Only outlaws are outlawed. Welcome to the club." He also took to Twitter to call out Billboard's assertion that Old Town Road didn't qualify as a country song. "It was so obvious to me after hearing the song just one time," Cyrus wrote. "I was thinking, what's not country about it? What's the rudimentary element of a country and western song? Then I thought, it's honest, humble, and has an infectious hook and a banjo." And let's get back to the part where, Daddy's Lesson, it was a great country song on Beyonce's Lemonade album. So the ACM was like, "We're not going to nominate that song, but we want you to perform it." Seriously? Wow. So let's get back to what Mr. Billy Ray Cyrus had to say. "What the hell more do you need?" Whether he knew it or not, Cyrus' support was a big deal to Lil Nas X, who had actually expressed his interest in collaborating with Miley Cyrus and Dad back when he first released the song. "Twitter, please help me get Billy Ray Cyrus on this," he tweeted in December. 4 months later, he got his wish. With the duo teaming up for a remix of Old Town Road, which was released on April 5th, Lil Nas X shared photos and video from their time in the studio together, admitting he teared up working with the country singer. That's cool. As of April 9th, the remix was the #1 song on iTunes, with the OG version sitting at #2. It's also #1 on iTunes' top country songs chart, with the #1 song in the country. 32 million viewers and counting on the song's music video. A major deal with Columbia Records and collaborations with Young Thug and One Republic in the works. Lil Nas X is taking his horse to the Old Town Road and riding till he can't no more. Country charts be damned. No matter what negative crap y'all tweet, I'm going down in history. LMAO, he tweeted on Tuesday. Good for him. There's a picture of him and Billy Ray Cyrus. It's nice. Billboard, oh my. And in more news, Nipsey Hussle, free tickets go quickly. Scalpers getting shut down. So this is prior to the service. Free tickets to Nipsey Hussle's public memorial service were gobbled up within minutes. And now the scalpers trying to profit from the slain rapper's death are being shut down. Tickets for Thursday's service at Staples Center were being hawked for as much as $500 a pop on the secondary market. But Craigslist is flagging the sales ads and yanking them from its website. AXS, which handled ticket distribution, tells TMZ the memorial service's entire ticket inventory was completely cleaned out Tuesday morning within minutes after being made available to the public. But anyone trying to make a quick buck off the memorial is out of luck. AXS tells us it's cracking down on scalpers and ticket fraud because tickets are being distributed through the company's mobile app and are non-transferable. It's a nice picture of Nipsey Hussle. It says Nipsey Hussle's celebration of life. It's got a picture of him like in a white outfit with the angel wings behind his back. It's a nice picture. He's like sending in clouds. And it's tomorrow, Thursday, April 11th. The service is from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Staples Center. May he rest in peace. Yeah, it's just, you're trying to make money off of a man's memorial service. That's just creepy and wrong. Wow. Nipsey's memorial starts Thursday morning at 10 a.m. sharp. Anyone traveling in a group must enter together. Tickets were distributed to California residents only, with a max of 4 per group. The rules didn't stop scalpers from trying to take advantage of people who missed the boat, but Craigslist ads have been removed or flagged for removal throughout the day. So TMZ had broke the story initially. Nipsey's family and Staples Center honchos met Wednesday to plan logistics for how to honor the Crenshaw rapper at the 21,000-seat venue. LAPD officials were also there helping plan for security and safety. Nipsey was gunned down March 31st outside his Marathon clothing store, and his alleged killer, Eric Holder, was charged with murder. After the memorial service, Nipsey's funeral procession will embark on a final victory lap around the city. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Rest in paradise. Rest in peace. Rest in power. And in more entertainment news, Camila Cabello will make her acting debut in a reimagined Cinderella film. Biddy Bobbity Boo. Camila, seriously, who starts off an article with that? Wow. Okay. Camila Cabello is stepping into the famous glass shoes of Cinderella. It's been confirmed that the 22-year-old Never Be the Same singer-songwriter is slated to play the iconic princess in a reimagined telling of the classic fairy tale. Even though the Grammy-nominated star showed off her acting skills in her telenovela-style music video for Havana, this role will make her feature film debut. This role will mark her feature film debut. Moreover, Cabello will not only star in the upcoming Cinderella movie, but she's going to be integrally involved with the music for the film as well. If it's anything like her first album, Camilla, then fans can expect nothing but greatness. Along with the Grammy-nominated singer's involvement with the movie, James Corden and Kay Cannon will also have a hand in the project. The Late Night host will produce the film with his partner at Full Well's 7-3, Leo Pearlman. What's more, Corden is actually the mastermind behind the fairy tale's new story direction. It grew out of an original idea from the 40-year-old star. Furthermore, Cannon, who directed Blockers and wrote Pitch Perfect 3, is slated to write and direct the Cinderella movie for Sony Deadline reports. Movie lovers Wow. Movie lovers can get excited because the film is reportedly on the fast track for production, although it's unknown how long fans of the fairy tale will have to wait for more details. Right now, information about the project is still under wraps. It's safe to say Camilla will never be the same after starring in this Cinderella retelling. Okay. Yeah. This is, I love my job. Lori Loughlin and hubby just indicted for additional charge of money laundering. Celebrity mom scandal. All right. Lori Loughlin and her husband are in a way worse position than Felicity Huffman because the huge amount they allegedly paid in bribes to get their daughters into USC could land them in prison for 2 years minimum. Oh my, the plot thickens. Sources connected to the case tell us all the parents in the college cheating scandal have been offered plea deals, but prosecutors will only accept pleas with prison time attached. And there it is. There lies the rub. As was reported, Felicity copped a plea Monday, along with 12 other parents. The remaining 37 individuals charged, including Lori and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, have been offered plea deals with varying recommendations for prison sentences, largely determined. largely determined by the amount they paid in bribes and whether they accept responsibility for what they did. I bet they never thought something like this would happen to them. Yeah, well, I guess money can't buy everything, huh? It's a misconception. Oh, my. We'll be back with more on the story after this break.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
And once again, you're listening to GSMC's Entertainment Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. And we are continuing the Lori Loughlin, Felicity Huffman celebrity mom scandal story. So, and here is the statement from Felicity Huffman when she pled guilty. I am pleading guilty to the charge brought against me by the United States Attorney's Office. I am in full acceptance of my guilt and with deep regret and shame over what I have done, I accept full responsibility for my actions and will accept the consequences that stem from those actions. I am ashamed of the pain I have caused my daughter, my family, my friends, my colleagues, and the education and the educational community. Wow. I mean, nothing but respect for that. So, and it looks like, let's see. Felicity's plea would enable her to serve as little as 4 months in prison. The problem for Lori and Massimo is that they paid $500,000 to allegedly bribe the crew coach, and the amount raises the minimum prison sentence in the plea deal to a range of 2 to 2.5 years. Our sources say prosecutors have given all defendants an ultimatum: reach a plea deal quickly, or else they'll go to a federal grand jury and add charges, including money laundering, which significantly raises the low end of prison time. In the update, let's see. Well, prosecutors did exactly what we reported early Tuesday morning. Or what was reported early Tuesday morning, Since Lori did not cop a plea, the U.S. attorney went to a federal grand jury to get an indictment, adding charges of money laundering. This now drastically increases the amount of time Lori and her husband would get as a minimum recommended sentence. Specifically, the U.S. attorney says Lori, her husband, and 14 others will now be charged with the additional crime of conspiring to launder the bribes and other payment and furtherance of the fraud by funneling them through Rick Singer's purported charity and his for-profit corporation. The money laundering charge alone carries a maximum of 20 years in prison. This means if Lori and her husband now want to plea bargain their cases, instead of a minimum of 2 to 2.5 years in prison, prosecutors would recommend to the judge a minimum range of 4 years and 9 months up to 5 years and 11 months. There is also a very technical rub. Theoretically, by charging conspiracy to money launder, the minimum sentence could go even higher, way higher. Short story, prosecutors are out for blood. Well, there it is. And in the more entertainment news, and here is the Jude Nude part of the podcast episode. We already got to the Lil Nas X country part. Jude Law, I'm the nude pope, nearly, in tiny Speedo. I mean, and people get paid for these bylines. I love it. Jude Law is blessed where it matters most, and he's showing off his incredibly toned bod in a tiny white Speedo that has us rushing to the altar. Jude stripped down to the tiny swimwear you'll ever see on a religious leader, filming scenes Monday on a beach in Venice, Italy, for his upcoming HBO series, The New Pope. This version of the pontiff really puts it all out there. Aside from rocking the grape smuggler, he's getting super handsy with his co-star, Ludivine Sagnier, if I'm saying it right. Props to her, by the way, for making the huge cross necklace work with a very revealing bikini. However, the Pope got one-upped in the skin game. More than a dozen cast members stripped bare for this scene. Group baptism. This is probably a good time to make it clear Jude plays a fictional Pope, the first American one, and not a real one from history. So there that is. Hey. He's obviously taking care of himself. Yeah, and there's a picture of a lot of naked people on the beach. This is going to be an interesting HBO series or movie. I'll have to check this out. All right. And in more news, Charlize Theron says she wants someone to step up and date her. Uh-oh. She's thrown down the gauntlet. Who will take the Charlize Theron challenge? Dating challenge. Who will that person be? Charlize Theron is ready for her next relationship. She told Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Frazier spoke with the actress and her long-shot co-star Seth Rogen at CinemaCon in Las Vegas on Thursday, where she revealed that she's waiting for someone to step up and date her. Sounds a little aggressive, though, just a little bit. In Long Shot, Rogen plays a man who courts his childhood love and former babysitter who is now running for president. But Theron said that in reality, she's been out of the dating pool for so long that courting her would be anything but a long shot. Okay. I mean, that is encouraging for a lot of people. Okay. I've been single for 10 years. It's not a long shot. Somebody just needs to grow a pair and step up, she said. I'm shockingly available. And I have to say, I appreciate the honesty. I think that's open. It's just, and just like being very humble and vulnerable at the same time. Just makes us like her even more. Basically. There it is. She's out there, Rogen added. I've made it very clear, Theron insisted. The actress's last public long-term relationship was with Stuart Townsend, whom she met on the set of the 2002 film Trapped. They split in 2010. She started dating Sean Penn in December 2013 and announced her engagement to him the following year, though they split in 2015. While Theron is apparently looking for love, Rogen has been having fun playing her love interest. Yeah. Of course he has. As he told Entertainment Tonight on Thursday, he's been making a little more of an effort promoting this movie with her. I was highly aware I was going to be standing next to Charlize for live pictures. I always had that image in my head of us like Beyonce next to Ed Sheeran in a t-shirt, and I was like, I don't want that. He joked. It's Theron, however, who found herself trying to up her game after a puppy-filled interview went wrong earlier this week. The actress took to Instagram on Monday to share a photo of herself covering her chest as a couple of pups play fought in her arms. A puppy bit my boob off. How's your Monday going? She captioned the pic. By the way, my kids actually did think it was off and then asked many questions afterwards. Theron told Entertainment Tonight, it's damaged. There's damage. There is damage in this area, but I still love the puppy, and the puppy should find a good home, and I don't blame the puppy. I blame my boob. It's a cute thing to say. That's nice. Very gracious of her to say that. Felicity Huffman Netflix movie pulled from April release as plea hearings set. There's a nice picture of her. Felicity Huffman's upcoming movie will not be released as scheduled amid her guilty plea in the college admissions scandal. Otherhood, starring Huffman, Angela Bassett, and Patricia Arquette, has been pulled from its April 26th release date. We've learned the film centered on the three actresses as mothers who moved to New York to be closer to their adult children. A new release date has yet to be set. And it's also been stated that another of Huffman's projects, When They See Us, will keep its May 31st release on Netflix. The actress has a supporting role as the prosecutor Linda Fairstein in the Ava DuVernay limited series about the infamous Central Park 5 case. The movie's release comes exactly a week after Huffman is set to be in court for her plea hearing at 2:30 p.m. on May 24th. Huffman, along with 12 other parents and one university athletic coach involved in the college admissions cheating scandal, pleaded guilty to charges of mail fraud and honest services mail fraud on Monday. And let me read the quote, and I think we're going to have the full thing this time. I am pleading guilty to the charge brought against me by the United States Attorney's Office, she said in a statement. I am in full acceptance of my guilt and with deep regret and shame over what I have done. I accept full responsibility for my actions and will accept the consequences that stem from those actions. I am ashamed of the pain I have caused my daughter, my family, my friends, my colleagues, and the educational community. The statement continued. I want to apologize to them and especially I want to apologize to the students who work hard every day to get into college and to their parents who make tremendous sacrifices to support their children. And do so honestly. My daughter knew absolutely nothing about my actions, and in my misguided and profoundly wrong way, I had betrayed her. This transgression toward her and the public I will carry for the rest of my life. My desire to help my daughter is no excuse to break the law or engage in dishonesty. Huffman allegedly paid $15,000 to help get her and her husband William H. Macy's eldest daughter, 18-year-old Sophia, into an elite college by cheating on the SAT. The U.S. Attorney is recommending incarceration at the low end of the sentencing guidelines in this case, a fine or other financial penalty of $20,000 and 12 months supervised release for the 13 individuals pleading guilty. See, but I definitely respect that because, she could have been like pointing fingers and saying, hey, it's not me or I'm innocent or whatever. I mean, she was responsible. You have to respect that. So we'll see how everything pans out for Miss Huffman. Now, since Netflix is like pulling one of her movies, but I'm thinking to myself, I get that, but I don't because of this whole thing going on, maybe by not pulling it, you'll probably get more viewers watching it out of curiosity. So the whole thing can be real fickle when it comes to fans and celebrity and controversy. It could go either way. It could work for you or against you. It's all in the day. It really is. And in more entertainment news, nice picture right here. Eddie Murphy in Arsenio Hall spotted on the set of Coming to America Part 2. So let's see. As was previously reported, Eddie Murphy will reprise his role as Prince Akeem in the upcoming sequel of the 1988 film Coming to America, set for release August 7, 2020. Thanks to Oscar-winning costume designer Ruth E. Carter, we now have our first look at Murphy and co-star Arsenio Hall at a fitting for the hotly anticipated film. Carter shared 2 shots on Instagram Monday, one of her and Eddie holding her Oscar award for her work on Black Panther, and the second pic of Hall admiring the golden statuette. See, I see the one picture of her and Eddie, but I don't see the other picture. Good morning, my neighbors, Carter captioned the post. It's official. Preliminary fitting for Coming to America 2 with Prince Akeem, Semi, and Oscar. Earlier this year, the 57-year-old comedian confirmed that a sequel to the hit comedy was in the works more than 30 years after the original. After many years of anticipation, I am thrilled that Coming to America 2 is officially moving forward, Murphy said in a statement. We've assembled a great team that will be led by Craig Brewer, who just did an amazing job on Dolomite, and I'm looking forward to bringing all these classic and beloved characters back to the big screen. So there you go. The 1988 film is centered around a wealthy African prince who travels to New York City to find a bride. Hall played Murphy's best friend. The film received 2 Oscar nominations for Best Costume Design and Best Makeup. I didn't realize that. The project will be directed by Craig Brewer from Hustle and Flow, who will work from a script by Blackish creator Kenya Barris, who is rewriting a previous draft by original Coming to America writers Barry Blaustein and David Sheffield. Okay. Per comicbook.com. There you go. And in more entertainment news, Lionel calls Chris Darden a Judas, race traitor, and Uncle Tom for repping Nipsey's killer. Ouch. How do you really feel? Lionel, who's a comedian, bless her funny Says Lil Nas, bless her funny ass heart, is steaming mad at attorney Chris Darden for daring to represent Eric Holder, the alleged murderer of Nipsey Hussle. Yep, Lil Nas is so upset at Darden, she's straight saying he's worse than the Uncle Tom for defending Holder. So apparently TMZ caught up with Lil Nas outside of Katsuya Monday night in Hollywood and asked her thoughts regarding Darden putting himself in center of another high-profile case in the African American community. Most of the people in my community were appalled, was Lil Nas' direct response. In the video, Lil Nas says exactly what's on her mind, calling for the former O.J. Simpson prosecutor, attorney, everything from a Judas to a race trader to a to the B word. So just to name a few. We'll continue with this story after this break.
Golden State Media Concepts bring you Book Review Podcast, a haven for bookworms of all ages and the widest genres, from mystery to memoirs, romance to comedy, fantasy to sci-fi. If you love to read, this is a podcast for you. It's the Golden State Media Concepts Book Review Podcast.
And once again, you're listening to GSMC's Entertainment Podcast. This is your Captain Keith, and we're let's finish this Lil Nas story and her views on Chris Darden. Did we tell you that she's mad about Darden repping Holder? TMZ knows that it's clear Lil Nas is still not over Darden's role in OJ's murder trial. On top of that, Darden is not getting her vote for Daddy of the Year. She's livid. Darden's daughter is getting harassed as a result of his decision to take Holder's case. And as far as Holder having the right to legal counsel, well, Lil Nas has an answer for that too. And it's very interesting too. I bet it is. In other news about Nipsey Hussle, the beloved rapper's death certificate has been released. His cause of death is listed as gunshot wounds to the head and torso. And the rapper was pronounced 35 minutes after the shooting outside his store. The death certificate lists his occupation as an artist and entrepreneur. It says he was never married at the time of his death and worked in the entertainment and real estate industries. Nipsey was pronounced dead at 3:55 p.m. on March 31st, 35 minutes after he was shot. With his death sending shockwaves around the world, it should come as no surprise that candlelight vigils are being held across the globe, and a massive memorial service will be held at Staples Center this Thursday. Nipsey will be buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park. So may he rest in peace. Just some really sad stuff. And in more entertainment news, Jesse Williams' ex requests $200,000 in ongoing divorce battle. Jesse Williams' divorce battle wages on 2 years later. The Grey's Anatomy star originally filed for divorce from his wife of nearly 5 years, Erin Drake Lee, back in April 2017. However, it seems the split is far from legally over because Drake Lee's lawyers recently filed a request for attorney's fees in the Los Angeles court. According to the court documents obtained, on April 2nd, Drake Lee has requested that the court order the actor to pay $100,000 to her lawyer and $110,000 for the forensic accounting in this case. Back in June 2018, the court had ordered Williams to pay $160,000 in fees, including $69,000 for his ex's attorney and $91,000 for the forensic accountant, bringing the actor's total payment toward Drake Lee's attorney and accountant fees to $237,000 at the time. Man. These sums have been dissipated in order to prepare for trial 23, and for my part, responding to petitioner's appeal, additional fees are required, Drake Lee's attorney said in his declaration in the most recent documents. At an hourly rate of $700, her attorney estimated his expected cost and remaining balance will amount to $699,000, and has requested $100,000 or a sum according to proof. Drake Lee's forensic accountant declared a $21,320 balance. $21,320 balance and an estimated $75,000 to $125,000 in additional accounting fees through trial for the $110,000 requested. Am I in the wrong profession? Man. The former couple share a 3-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter. Last June, Williams was ordered to pay $50,629 in child support a month and had been ordered earlier that year to increase his spousal support for Drake Lee to $50,695 per month. At some point, you have to ask yourself, is the divorce really worth it? Man, wow. I don't know if I told you guys, but back in the day, there's this old school blues singer named Johnny Taylor, and his his most famous hit. He had 2 songs I liked. Stop Dogging Me Around, but his most famous hit, to my knowledge, and I believe I remember my parents singing it and playing it, Cheaper to Keep Her. Great song, Johnny Taylor, and it's Johnie, I believe. No Y, but IE. So, yeah, Cheaper to Keep Her. Great blues song. I like it a lot. So, just saying. And in more entertainment news, Kim Kardashian, I want to be a lawyer. Celeb attorney says she's got the chops. And there's a nice picture of Kim, like on the cover of Vogue, and it's like they've, threw water on her. Or she just finished swimming, but it has like this wet look effect, and she has like this bronze kind of like see-through type top on. It looks good. And it says right underneath, right on her stomach, Taking a Stand, The Awakening of Kim Kardashian West. It's a nice cover. It is. So Kim Kardashian wants to take the law into her own hands by becoming an attorney, and she's aiming to get it done within 3 years. Kim revealed her legal aspirations, saying she's actively studying to be a lawyer in the Vogue profile. She's not attending law school, but she does have a master plan to take the bar exam by 2022. In order to prepare for that, she has begun a 4-year apprenticeship at a San Francisco-based law firm, where she got started last summer with support and consulting from Van Jones and attorney Jessica Jackson. Did not know that. Her reason for embarking on this difficult road is Alice Marie Johnson. As you know, Kim played a huge role in getting the X-Con released early by lobbying President Trump and even showing up to talk to him face to face. Well, it turns out that experience had a bigger impact on Kim than some might have expected. She says, I'm sitting in the Roosevelt room with like a judge who had sentenced criminals and a lot of really powerful people, and I just sat there like, oh, crap, censor, I need to know more. Kim adds, I would say what I had to say about the human side and why this is so unfair, but I had attorneys with me who could back that up with all the facts of the case. It's never one person who gets things done. It's always a collective of people, and I've always known my role, but I just felt like I wanted to be able to fight for people who have paid their dues to society. Interestingly enough, Kim's been told in the past by her own attorneys that she's got the chops to be a real deal attorney. Looks like she's taking that to heart. Of course, she'd be following in the footsteps of her father, Robert Kardashian. For the record, Kim does not need to go to law school in order to become a licensed lawyer. She just needs to pass the bar, which she's studying to do right now. Good luck. Interesting. There it is. So very cool. So we're seeing the evolution of Kim Kardashian West. Yes, we are. And in more entertainment news, I have some Netflix news for you. Let me pull that up. Lucifer Season 4 gets Netflix premiere date and the thirst-quenching teaser. So I can't really show you that. But the devil, they say, is in the details. And now we have the most important one about Lucifer Season 4, Salvation by Netflix. So Netflix picked up that show. I forgot about that. So that's pretty cool. I've enjoyed watching that TV show. It's pretty cool. It's very interesting. So now that it's on Netflix, they can be like, there's like no censoring at all. So they can go even harder with the show and no filters whatsoever if they choose. The Supernatural tinged procedural will release its new batch of 10 episodes on Wednesday, May 8th, aka a fitting 666 hours from the time date was revealed, along with a devilish teaser. Let's see. Repeat, you will get all season 4 episodes all at once, per the traditional Netflix binge model. Season 4 Netflix will encompass what was to be the first half of its originally conceived broadcast run. We were going to have 2 parts to it anyway, so we'll just tell a really strong, gnarly first part. Co-showrunner Ildi Modrovich previously told TV Line. Doing so, said co-showrunner Joe Henderson, lets us concentrate the story and focus it. And that's what's really exciting about this. We have a really strong first half that's now going to make for an amazing story. Right on. Based on my conversations with the cast as they were shooting the finale, season 4 will be an especially compelling one, resolving the massive matter of Chloe finally seeing Lucifer's true devil face before introducing a couple of characters who fuel a twisty new bit of mythology. Having it in this 10-episode format means that our story is distilled down to being much richer. What's at stake in each episode is much higher, series star Tom Ellis told me on the set. It just feels denser, telling the story in the best possible way. Season 4 additions include Inbar Lavie, Imposters, as Eve, from Yes, the Garden of Eden, oh my, Graham McTavish, Preacher, as Father Kinley, and newcomer Vanessa Vidato as Lucifer, and Amenadiel's sister, Remiel. Okay. Very cool. So yeah, I'm definitely glad that the show got saved. And by the way, don't forget, this is a TV show, a series that's based off of a comic book. So, and Tom Ellis looks just like the comic book character. So it's pretty cool. So looking forward to that. Oh yeah. Should be a lot of fun. And in more entertainment news, a nice surprising story here. Jackie Chan denies signing on for Rush Hour 4 after Chris Tucker reunion sparks hope. It's a picture of the two of them. So that's a nice picture of them. Sorry, Jackie Chan fans. Reports that he has signed on to appear in Rush Hour 4 and The Karate Kid 2 are simply false. On Sunday, his Rush Hour co-star Chris Tucker posted on Instagram a birthday tribute to Chan, who turned 65 that day. An undated photo of the two reunited and making gestures showing 4 fingers. Fans immediately speculated they had signed on for a 4th movie in the buddy cop film franchise and expressed hope that they would. In addition, fresh rumors that Chan would reprise his role of Mr. Han in the 2nd installment of the 2010 Karate Kid movie reboot have also surfaced recently. We have noticed that false information that Mr. Chan would act in the motion pictures Rush Hour 4 and The Karate Kid 2 is spreading through multiple social media platforms, and that certainly, apparently, infringing parties have misappropriated the personal WeChat and email accounts of Mr. Esmond Ren, a motion picture industry professional, to release false information concerning the hiring of the crew, casting, audition, and other matters in connection with the pictures Rush Hour 4 and The Karate Kid 2. Chan's management company said in a statement posted on the actor's website, "With respect to the above information on behalf of Mr. Chan, we hereby declare that any and all such information as spread by such infringers relating to Mr. Chan providing or about to provide acting services in the motion pictures Rush Hour 4 and or The Karate Kid Part 2 is false. Any relevant information released by any infringer through appropriating the personal WeChat and email accounts of Mr. Esmond Ren is false, and Mr. Chan does not have anything to do with such released information or the content thereof," the statement said. So Chan and Tucker played Chief Inspector Lee and Detective James Carter in Rush Hour in 1998, Rush Hour 2 in 2001, and Rush Hour 3 in 2007. The sequel rumors are not unfounded. This past January, Tucker had said on Vince Carter and Kent Bazemore's Winging It podcast that Rush Hour 4 was in the works, saying, "It's not in pre-production. We're working on a few things for the script. Jackie wants to do it. I want to do it. The studio wants to do it. We're trying to get it together. It looks like it's getting together right." In 2017, though, Chan had told the San Francisco Chronicle in a video interview, "Good news next year, Rush Hour 4. I hope the script is done. Day after tomorrow, we're meeting with the director and Chris Tucker and make sure we're going to make sure we're going on the right track. Meanwhile, Deadline reported in 2014 that The Karate Kid 2 was in the works and that Breck Eisner was set to direct it for Sony Pictures. Chan told the San Francisco Chronicle in 2017, before there was a script not very good, but now the script is going well. But the kid, Jaden Smith, is so tall already. The problem is he's not a kid anymore. You cannot say Karate Man. We're looking for something probably, I don't know. I know producer Will Smith, he'd love to do a Karate Kid 2, he added. So I don't know if there's going to be a Karate Kid Part 2 in the Rush Hour 4 or not. I'm not quite sure what that means. Well, there you have it. Good people of the planet Earth and the known universe. You've been listening to GSMC's Entertainment Podcast. This is Captain Keith. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. Thank you once again for checking us out. I appreciate you all. You guys are awesome. And until next time, well, see you somewhere out in space.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. From movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.